The legislative session concluded last week following months of chaos and controversial actions. State Capitol newsroom reporter Chris O'Brien recaps some of the intensity of the last few months.
Although it didn't officially begin until January, the inklings of session really got started back in November, when Republican leadership filed bills to ban children's transgender care.
That is a bill to protect kids. It's not anti-anybody. It is pro-child.
The social clash continued not long after, as the same leadership introduced and eventually passed a law to ban some forms of drag shows.
We sought compromise, as we always necessarily do, on that bill.
After those passed, a relatively peaceful week or two went by before Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally caught heat for his comments on a young gay man's racy Instagram posts.
I've got friends that are in that community, and I'm not against those individuals, and I just try to encourage and support individuals that I know.
Then the horrific mass shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville happened. And everything changed. Thousands protested at the Capitol, and the House expelled 2 lawmakers before their county commissions voted them back in the interim.
I had to shut the House down in order to gain control of it.
The immediate response of my colleagues is not to pass an assault weapons ban or red flag laws, but it's to expel their colleague who is demanding that we act.
Governor Bill Lee urged the General Assembly to pass some sort of gun reform legislation, but leadership barreled to the end and closed up shop before that could happen. So Lee announced plans to call a special session to, quote, provide broad protections to the public from those who intend harm and to protect rights.
The General Assembly wants to do that as well. We all agree that that's the strategy.
Which brings us to now. We still don't know when that special session is happening, but for now, the Capitol rests. Now, as for some of that legislation, none of it has kicked in quite yet. The gender-affirming care ban is slated to take effect July 1st. The drag law is currently on hold after a judge temporarily blocked it from going into effect.